So what's doing today? February 13th, 2021. It's the day before Valentine's. Beautiful Saturday morning out here in EP still. I'm shooting live from Renegade headquarters. Been a good week. Thank you if you had me at your house. Thank you if you've been to my house. Shout out to all the boy bears, by the way. I believe the Larmas make these. So shout out to Bobby and them. Holler at them if you need one of those. Probably gonna get a lot of orders, bro. But anyways, um, thank you if you've been over. Um, thank you for having me. I noticed that El Pasans are getting a little more complacent on the rules and all. I'm digging it. Um, and the rules are dumb. Like, what the hell are we doing, guys? Like, unnecessary. It really is. But the reason I wanted to make this video um, was because I slept next to my phone. I made that mistake today. Um, Normally, I leave it in a different room and I turn it off because remember, with the 5G signals and the 4Gs and all the frequencies and everything, stuff that we don't see that's out there, they actually mess up our internal electrical system, you can say. Um, Remember that humans, we are electrical beings. Um, that's why whenever we pass or somebody passes, no, whenever somebody passes, to bring them back to life, they shock you with an electrical current. Um, Electricity seems to be, the universe has taught us that electricity seems to be the one true energy source. It's what moves everything within the body, within the human body. It's the thing that moves everything within the universe. The sun is electric. Everything. Our brain is electric. Neurons, they communicate electrically. Neurons are the brain cells. Um, Sometimes we can touch something and we even see the spark, the electricity that we carry. So we all have a charge, electrical charge. Um, Actually, the divine spark that we hear at church, and we hear the spiritual. That's the divine spark. But anyways, that's the spark that moves everything around the universe. We're electrical beings. Um, when you hit your funny bone, you feel that shock, like boom, like you just feel it, man. I mean, these are facts, and that's how the universe works too. So, as above, so below. As below, so above. Everything is cohesive. Everything is one. Everything works in a similar fashion. So we're electrical beings. We got that out of the way. Um, so now let's talk a little bit of man and the creations. Everything that we've built and created also works on electricity. Like right now, electrical cars are the future. That's the new thing. Human created light poles, electrical poles, and all these things that create energy and power everything else. Um, every light pole, every electrical pole, every AC unit, everything that we see outside, generators, anything electrical, satellite dishes, everything. In order for every electrical thing that we use to work properly and for it to not malfunction, a lot of times when we call these technicians, um, they fix grounding issues. So everything electrical has to be grounded to the ground. Ground just means they run a cable and it's touching dirt, touching soil, touching the earth. Um, and then if it's not grounded, basically there's gonna be interruption. There's gonna be interference. It's not gonna work the way it's supposed to work. Um, it could work, but it's not going to be at optimal levels. And eventually, you're going to shorten the life of that particular device, whatever it may be. I used to install DirecTV, by the way. Matter of fact, I had a little business, Integrity Satellite. I used to sell and install. We used to sell and install DirecTV, and something that I learned, one of the biggest issues with the technical problems or when we got called in was when things weren't grounded. So if something's not grounded, it's not going to work properly, and it's huge. It's a big issue. It's very important. So when you connect these two things together, if human beings are also electrical and we work off of electricity, would it doesn't it make sense that for us, in order to function at optimal levels, not at mediocre, just average, and for our life battery to prolong and have a long battery life, wouldn't it make sense for you to ground yourself as a human? For us to touch the earth? Of course it does. A couple years ago, I saw this documentary. It's called Earthing, something like that. I'm gonna put it on there so you could check it out. I'm gonna add the link on there. It's amazing, and it makes a lot of sense. Earthing and grounding is a new health movement, something that's going around. Professional athletes, NFL, MLB, Olympic stars, Tour de France. They've been using these methods where they ground themselves before and after physical strenuous activity, when they go all out, when they go 100, before I go to the gym, for faster recovery, for more energy, or for less soreness, less achiness, uh, I have to ground myself. And if I don't do it, there's a difference. If I forget or if I lack time, there's definitely a change in that. There's definitely something in that. This documentary, I learned that the sun, obviously, I knew that it was electrical already. The universe is electrical, and it shoots sunlight, which is electrical. Uh, so there's all these electrons around the Earth's surface, which is the ground. And whenever we ground ourselves, all those electrons are transferred into our body. And it's like taking a bunch of antioxidants, and it's just gonna heal you and make better and make you feel better. But more important than that, it's just gonna balance out the electrical charge within you, within us, and then we're working at optimal prime levels, not at mediocre levels. Then our battery life is prolonged. Uh, when we're not There's a lot of people at it. So they invented the tennis shoe in 1960, and as dope as kicks are, and as much fan as I am, they have were insulated. They have rubber insoles on them, So we're not touching the earth. We're not grounded when we wear tennis shoes, synthetic rubber soles. We need leather shoes like the Indians did back in the days. Like just take it back to the old days, and then they remain grounded. Uh, and it's a lot healthier for us anyway. So the one thing it alleviates the most is inflammation. When we're not grounded, the body is inflamed, and inflammation is not just about like your finger getting messed up and being inflamed and busted. Well, there's something that has to do with inflammation, of course, but inflammation with throughout the body, like let's say your nerves are inflamed, you could be sore. Think of like a sciatic nerve. That's inflammation. Think of nerves, and the brain inflammation can cause depression. Um, the body inflammation in the body throughout the body, long periods of times, can cause things like arthritis. I believe also that anything that ends with itis is it means inflammation. So inflammation is actually one of the, if not the number one killer out there. Inflammation can cause a lot of diseases and a lot of bad things, and one thing that immediately, instantaneously will cure your inflammation within your body. And I know it sounds crazy and too simple or not, but God made it that way. He put everything out here so we can take advantage of it, and there is no lie in nature. Ground yourself. That's why little kids like to run around when we're little. It just feels so good to run around say naked, but no, barefooted. And it's good to ground yourself. That's why there's tree huggers. The trees are grounded, so you can touch a tree. It's grounded to the ground. It feels good. Um, rocks, big rocks, mountains and stuff. When you touch it, that's grounding yourself, and that's healing. That's balancing out your electrical system, especially in modern day times with the cell phones and radiation and everything going around. It's super essential that we do this, and take advantage of Mother Earth's medicine for us, and is to live better and feel better. And this brings out the best of every single one of us. Grounded earthing, something like that. That's the name of the documentary, and I'm gonna put it on there so you could check it out. I think I got everything that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you have yourself a great blessing, a great weekend, a blessed Sunday tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna shoot out today, probably later today, and get back home. If not, super early tomorrow. It's supposed to snow out there in Tulsa for like 3 days or something like that. I want to be over there, and we got a little ski trip planned out and everything. So hopefully we can I'll shoot a little video or something. Um, have a great weekend.